Hello lovely people, this caught my eye, a ALDI £5 military style compass. £5! So I'm used to using the normal base plate style compass, but I was intrigued by this, so I thought I'd pick one up and give it a go. And I'm not experienced in the use of this military style lensatic compass, but I wanted to give you my first impressions to see if it was worth you going to Aldi and getting one to try for a bit of fun. So what it says is just compass, National Geographic. I have looked around and there is a few of these around that looks like the same thing but on different brands. I know Decathlon have one that looks exactly the same, and they usually run about £11. There's a little warranty card there. There's a simple instruction book inside too. It lists the parts there. Gives you simple instructions, how to take a bearing on the map, how to sight. I didn't find them terribly clear. Compass itself is in this little case. It feels like a high density sort of plastic. It's quite robust. Just folds open like that, and of course so well protected, it's protecting the compass housing inside. So you can use it flat like that to measure scale on the side, but they're not enormously clear, they're quite thick. It's got 2000 and 4000 there, but it doesn't indicate what scale that's in. So the simple parts here is a sight wire inside, a sight glass, the rotating rim or the bezel, and a sight notch here. So the idea is that when you're sighting a distant object, you line up this notch and this wire, and then you peer through the lens afterwards to actually see the bearing. You must have that yellow line there on the index notch there. I found with this one that if you don't get it really flat, the compass tends to stick, and the difference between the compass floating and the compass needle stuck isn't enormously clear. So the idea is that you hold it this way and look down here to see the bearing. So as I say, I've never used this type before, but I'm going to go out now and take some sighting on some distant objects to see how we go, so it should be fun. I've got three landmarks here. Delaval Hall, this needle, and in the distance, I don't know if you can make that out, that's a marine mast. I'll show you on the map where they are. I've got the base plate compass and the lensatic compass. I'm going to take some bearings on those objects and see what accuracy I can get. So what I need to do with this is sight the marker there with the index line there, and then peer through the lens to get the bearing. And I'll just get my thumb out there. So you get that at the right angle to peer through, and you can read the bearing off inside there. Let me have a go. It's pretty good for pointing and getting it smack on in the distance. I've got 26 degrees, and then over to the mast there. I make that to be about 61. A little problem with this
So the outer circle, the black letters are in mils radians, which is a kind of like measure of distance, I believe, which I don't really know how to use that. And the inner one is 360 degrees, that I'm a little bit more used to. But the markings there kind of go in fives, and the decathlon Quechua compass that I was using before has much smaller markings, and my other silver compass does as well. And also a little bit of a problem with this is the float in the needle doesn't seem to be very specific, so it's very easy just to tilt it slightly and it sticks, and you know it's not that obvious when the needle's floating. So focusing on the needle there, I make that to be 25 degrees, and then cross-checking that against my Garmin watch, that's reading 27 degrees. And then finally, so that's two sources that agree there, and finally using the National Geographic Bresser compass, got it flat there, settling. $22. Yeah, and I've definitely got that centralised. Yeah, that agrees. 27. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's just cross-check it against the mast in the distance there. Make that to be 73 on my watch. 74. So I think it's pretty accurate. I think it's pretty accurate to use, really. Not bad. I'd heard reviews, so I think it's just to try a different kind of compass. I think it's worth £5 for a quick shot, really, of this style compass. I mean, the American military issue this type of compass, obviously a much higher quality type, but I think for a quick go for £5 it's a little bit of fun to see if this type of lensatic sighting compass is worth a trial. So Josh is having a quick go here. I think you've got to hold it flatter than that, Josh. And then you peer through the notches there, line that hair up with that notch there, and once you're happy that you've got them aligned, you read the bearing off by peering through the lens. I think it takes a little bit of practice, but you can see the numbers. I think at first I definitely had the marker, the north marker, kind of like slightly off. I didn't check that, so that was my little error fault there. So first time, Josh, what do you think?
26, he was wrong. He said 27.
Yeah, but you've managed to get it first time user there.
Yeah, that easy.
Great.